If you want to grow your business-to-business SaaS company very quickly, this is the video for you. There's a trend that we're seeing right now in business-to-business marketing. What it is business-to-business marketers are starting to think more like consumer marketers. For example, when we look at the LinkedIn's think tank, the B2B Institute, one of the biggest things that they advocate is very creative brand marketing. Now, I think if you're a large business-to-business company, that's great. Investing in brand marketing is an excellent long-term play. But for most SaaS companies that are under 10 million in annual revenue, it's probably not the best approach because it's too slow and too time-consuming. But there are aspects of consumer marketing that I think you can advocate, and these are ones that are going to generate results very quickly. And we're going to learn about these by looking at the luxury brand Lacoste. Now, Lacoste is a French company, but its largest market is actually the United States. How did that happen? How did a French company come to dominate the US market? So the first key to their success was partnerships. They partnered with Izod, a company, a brand that already had a strong presence in the United States. The other thing that they did was they formed partnerships with companies like National Geographic and Supreme in more modern times, both of which helped secure their presence in various different markets. Now, the equivalent to this in the SaaS market is when you partner with companies for things like co-branded webinars. You can do this with other software companies. You can do it with other companies that sell products to the same target customers as you do. The other thing that you can do, and this is something that Jason Lemkin of SaaStr recommends, is partner with your competitors. Establish integrations with your competitors. Do co-marketing and co-event marketing with your competitors. So partnerships was one of the keys to Lacoste's success. The second is a different type of partnership, which is with key influencers. Now, in the early days when Lacoste was first establishing itself in the US, what it did was it gave away products to key influencers like John F. Kennedy, Bing Crosby, and President Eisenhower. Today, what they're doing is they partner with people like famous tennis players. This is one of the most efficient ways to acquire customers. Why? Because it's more efficient to go through an intermediary who has an influence, has a following, has trust and credibility, than it is to build up from scratch directly with your end buyers. So partnering with influencers is probably one of the most underrated B2B strategies. One of the easiest tools to do it is to use a tool called Spartoro, in which you can identify which influencers have the strongest credibility within your target customer group and how to quantify the clout that they have. A third thing that Lacoste has done effectively is latch on to a feel-good message. For example, they have had shirts go out with endangered species replacing the Lacoste logo. So this type of marketing, it's very creative. It's not direct response marketing. You cannot measure the immediate success of sales when you do something like a creative advertisement like that or a creative campaign. But what happens is you generate virality, you generate PR, you generate word of mouth. And these types of marketing are much, much more cost effective and generate much more explosive growth than the standard direct response marketing where you're trying to attribute everything to revenue, attribute everything to lead generation. So typically what I see with SaaS companies is they invest in marketing that generates very slow results. Usually this is inbound content marketing. A marketing engine that works, but that takes a lot of time, over a year often, to generate a positive return on investment. What we can learn from Lacoste and other consumer brands is that you can grow extremely quickly by investing in partnerships and by investing in key influencers.